do keep trying to film this intro and someone in the background keeps using a drill or chopping down trees, I don't know. So take two. I'm about to go for a gravel ride, and I know I just showed you guys my new gravel bike with 650B wheels and a power meter and all that jazz, and it's really, really cool, but I am going to take my other gravel bike. So it's the same frame, Marin headlands, carbon, the same cockpit, the zip and shram stuff. However, this one's got 700C wheels on it, and I've got a Lauf fork. So, oh, here goes the drill again. Ah! It's every time I try to film anything, in the background. Just have to wait a minute. Patience is not one of my strong points. Ah, he's stopped. Right, or she has stopped. They have stopped. So the Lauf fork is a sprung carbon fork. I'm going to go over and show it to you. It's kind of weird looking, but I've heard they're super comfortable. Here it is. So down here you have these sprung carbon leaves. The reason I'm interested in trying this is the bike's already comfortable, but I'm going to be doing super long races like Dirty Reaver, and I want to see if having something on this makes a big difference over long rides. I've heard that they're really good. I've only ridden it once and actually I really liked it, so possibly I will get over the divisive looks if it's something that's pleasant to ride. But for now I am going to get out of this noisy village with their drilling and tree chopping and go for a ride. This is nice. Ah, it's so good to be out. Dude, that is a cool ass bike with a cool ass leather jacket on. I didn't want to point my camera right at me, I thought it'd be a bit rude, but anyway. I have done a bit of riding now. Obviously this isn't going to be a definitive review of the Lauf fork, but I've ridden all different kind of surfaces and a bit of hard packed gravel, some tarmac, some more techie little climbs and descents. So I've got a bit of a feel for it now. Initial thoughts are that it makes the whole ride really, really nice and comfortable, which is lovely. So I mean, it just immediately smooths out all the lumps and bumps, which obviously is what it's supposed to do. That does come at a cost, I would say. I tried sprinting, like really hard sprinting, and wow, it's spongy. So it's quite hard to get a good sprint, but would I be sprinting in a gravel race? I don't know. I mean, I guess the only bit I could possibly be sprinting in would be at the finish line, but it's kind of rare that you have that sort of finish in a gravel race. Or if I was trying to get into a narrow segment before someone else, I don't know. So not great for sprinting, but probably won't be sprinting. On the techie bits, gosh, it's nice because it smooths out a lot of the bounce, so therefore you stay a lot more planted, which actually makes it easier to ride those techie bits that I like so much. So that's good. What I do want to test is standing up and climbing, because obviously climbing stood up with a suspension fork, you do get a bit of sag normally. So I want to see how much sag I get on this, and I just want to do some more riding. So I'm going to shut up and get back on. Climbing test. Oh, I can't stand up and climb and film. Actually I can, I'm doing it, but yeah. It's very awkward and odd. I think there's a man taking a bird for a walk up above. Let's have a look.
Come on then. You go that way. Come on then, that way.
Wow, What a beautiful bird.
Yeah. Lovely markings on it.
Gorgeous.
Oh, it's friendly from the outline.
I thought he was going for a walk with that man.
Yeah.
When we come earlier, about an hour ago, he followed us. He was in there with the fence and he followed the dog all the way.
Wow.
You're like, no.
Wonderful.
Right. I was going to follow us again.
Might follow you now.
Yeah. Oh, spring has sprung. Nearly home. I'm actually really tired, so I am going to take a moment to chill and clean my bike, and then I'll give you a bit of a lowdown run through of what I thought of it. It's been a really fun ride, but yeah, cup of tea awaits. First thing I should say is I actually really like it. It's really good at smoothing out lumps and bumps in the trail, making the ride feel super plush. It just feels very comfortable and nice, and I can see why that would be a good thing on a really, really long ride. You know, it's just, it's comfortable. So that is the main draw for me. Aside from that, the other good thing about the fork is that because it kind of has a small amount of suspension, when you are going through some of the slightly more technical sections, I say slightly, I'll get onto that in a minute, it helps smooth everything out so that you actually get more traction. You're able to take a better line, hold your line, and generally sort of plough through any slightly choppy sections a lot better with your wheels firmly planted. The thing is though, it's still only 30 mil of travel, so you can't get overexcited and think that you can just plough through loads of rocks and do stuff like that, because at the end of the day, it's not, well, it's 30 mil of travel. And also, don't forget, you've got the rest of the bike that hasn't got any suspension, so I mean, I would say it's really good. It does what it's supposed to do really, really well, which is make you comfortable and dampen smaller vibrations. It's probably not great for like full-on like bike parks or something, but it's not supposed to be. On the downside, I did notice there was a bit of sag when you're climbing a hill. You know, you can feel the suspension working, and really that's power you're losing when you feel that. But I don't think it was such a big deal. Pretty much I would put up with that for the level of comfort that I get in the rest of the ride. It weighs a bit more than a regular fork. Is it about 900 grams? I can't remember, sorry, I haven't memorised all the facts, but certainly it weighs more than my other fork. So you're carrying a weight penalty and you're getting a bit of sag up the hill, but I still think it's worth running for the right race and, you know, the right conditions. The other interesting thing is, I was riding along and I was thinking, my bike, I mean, this fork just makes it feel so different, wildly different, really, really different. It got me thinking, had I actually changed the geometry of my bike by switching up the fork? Because if the Lauf fork's longer, then I will have made myself have a slacker head tube. So I've got the fork that I took off. I am going to have a look and see. I'm going to hold this in a very scientific manner. I'm going to hold this next to the Lauf fork, see if they are the same length. Yeah, I mean, undoubtedly, the Lauf fork is longer than my original Marin fork. So, unwittingly, I have actually changed the geometry of my bike. Not that I even felt like I needed to change the geometry. So now, well, the front end's a bit higher and the head tube's slacker. Thing is, I really, really like it. So I think, all in all, this fork does what it's supposed to do very, very well, and I would like to ride it in races such as Dirty Reaver, I think. I've never done Dirty Reaver, so I don't know if it's the right fork for it. But really long races where you're going to be ploughing along gravel roads for a lot of the time. I probably wouldn't use it on something like Grinduro, where it's shorter, more technical sections. As I said, I felt like there was a bit of flex when I'm sprinting, so anything where you need to really put the power down, I probably would use my 650Bs rather than the Lauf fork. And anything super mega technical, hello! I'm just signing for a parcel. Thanks very much. Thank you. Anything super mega technical, I'd probably go for my 650Bs rather than the Lauf fork, and anything where I'm going to be really like powering through. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that pretty much covers it. This isn't meant to be like a full review. I'm not claiming to know everything about anything really, but I've ridden it and this is what I think of it. I like it and I want to keep it on. So I think what I'll probably do is keep the 700s and the Lauf fork on this Marin, and I will keep my other one set up with the 650Bs, and then I've got the best of both worlds, right? Anyway, let me know what you think of the Lauf fork. I know it looks funny, but it rides really well. And do you think 650Bs are better than the Lauf fork, or what about the Lauf fork and 650Bs? Let me know in the comments, and let me know what you think of the video. Give me a thumbs up if you want. But until next time, goodbye.